Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door.
"There's some visitor,"
I muttered.
"tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more."
Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak of December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the last Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore.
And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating,
"There's some visitor at my entrance, at my chamber door. This is it and nothing more."
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer.
"Sir,
Said I,
or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is you was napping, and so I came tapping. So the fact is you came tapping at my chamber door, and I
here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word.
Lenore,
This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word.
Lenore.
Merely this, and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. The raven, sitting lonely on that placid bust, spoke only one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered.
Our friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before.
Then the bird said,
Nevermore.
Then the raven, now beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to thinking, fancy unto fancy, linking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking.
Nevermore.
Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the floor.
Where?
I cried,
My God had lent me, by these angels he had sent me, respite and repent from my memories of Lenore. Prophet!
said I.
Thing of evil, prophet, still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bent our brothers, by that God we both adore, down is so with someone laden, if within a distant Aden, it shall clothe a sainted maiden, who the angels name Lenore.
Quoth the raven.
Be that word our kind of pardon, birth or pain.
I shrieked, upstarting.
Get thee back into the tempest and the night Clahomnian shore. Leave no black sound as a token, the light the sound has spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Hit the burst above my door. Take the beat from out my heart and take they home from off thy door.
Quoth the raven. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted. Nevermore.